Hello guys, we are back and I have a very bad news that I lost two trades in a single day. That I lost two of my 100 trades in a single day and both ended up in loss. Hmm. So we will analyze why it happened, what we did wrong, we will journalize it and yeah, we'll see. So let's get started. Okay, so my first trade was in gold. So what was my thought process? So as we can see, gold is in uptrend. This is our weekly demand zone. This is our daily picture. There's no good demand zone on daily time frame. So we move down to 4-hour time frame. What I did on 4-hour time frame is I marked my demand zone, which you can see here, leg in, base, leg out, and a couple of leg outs more. So, and since gold is trading in an uptrend, I thought maybe when it retraces back into this, we can see a confirmation and we can easily achieve our 3:1:2 reward ratio. That was my thought process. But as we can see, first of all, this doesn't seems like a good demand zone actually. You see the leg in and leg on candle which is supposed to be explosive are not that much explosive. Explosive candles are like this. This is an explosive candle. This is not. I should have avoided this, but I took the trade. It's my fault. One of the reason is that. And then when it entered this zone, I'll mark this with vertical line so we know where we need to start looking. When we entered this demand zone, we'll move down to 15-minute time frame. And when we see on 15-minute time frame what happened, this will remove this vertical line, and as we can see, it entered the demand zone and started retracing back. So we'll wait for confirmation. And what is our confirmation? Closing above a supply zone. This is our nearest supply zone. It should close above this, but it went up to this level and it came back again. It came back again. At this point, now we also have another supply zone. This one, or we can consider it as a one. It gave closing above this and this entire area at this point. So my thought process was it will come back to this zone, it will come back to this, wait a second, it will come back at this level. A stop loss will be right below the wick and we will target for a 3:1. That's how I wanted to trade. And I put my orders, and as we can see, market got manipulated at this point of time and it went up suddenly and then it started coming down. I was taken out in just 10 instants. So first of all, what we did wrong, what I think we did wrong. First, I have told you that for our demand zone doesn't look that very good. Still, we considered it. First, we compromised with our location, our higher time frame. Okay, then what we did, even though it broke above this supply zone and this supply zone, this is not a good demand zone to trade. We can see like good lagging candle, but one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 6 or 7 base candles, which is not a sign of a good or powerful demand zones. And still we took the trade, and the leg out candles are not also very explosive. These are almost in the same range as our base candles. So this was our fault as I see, and that's why it got failed, and we lost $100, $100, 118 because of the manipulation. So what we will do, we'll take a screenshot of this. We'll save it as trade 3 and then close it. And then we will start, we will journal, we will put the trade in our journal. So what was the script? It was XAU, USD, trade type. It was a long trade. What was our risk? It was 1%. What was our entry type? It was confirmation. At least we didn't took any direct entry up until now. That seems like a good psychology development to me. Our high time frame would be 4 hour. Methods used for high time frame demand and supply zones. Entry time frame would be 15 minutes. Method used for entry time frame is also demand and supply zone. When I took this trade, let's see when I took this trade, 19th September. So today only. Exited on the same day. We ended up in loss. Reason for taking the trade, gold, all-time high, trend on all-time high, retraced back to 4 hour demand zone, gave confirmation on 15 minutes time frame, outcome of the trade ended up in a loss. What could be the reason? Higher time frame demand zone was not promising, did not have explosive leg in or leg out candles. Entry time frame demand zone on entry time frame was not good. It had multiple base candles around 6 and leg out candles were also not explosive. I should add a screenshot. Trade 3. We'll see, we'll check XAUSD long 1%, 4 hour, 15 hours, same time, profit loss, reason, outcome, trade, screenshot. Everything looks good to go. So we'll submit it. Okay, we have submitted it. We'll submit another response as we took 2 trades and both ended up in loss. So we will go to our next trade which we took, and it was in Japan 225. Why I took this trade? Why I took this trade? Price was coming down and it broke multiple supply zones. Even though it entered in this demand zone, which is also inside this weekly demand zone, still I took this trade. That's one of my fault. We could see that it did break this demand zone, gave closing, but we can see like this is an we can consider this as an entire area of demand because it's nearby. So it took liquidity for this demand zone and ran from this demand zone. And above that, there is no good demand zone. So we can't say that it's in a downtrend, but still I took the trade. That was my fault. So we'll delete this line. What was my thought process? I thought after retracing from this point, it will go into this supply zone. At this point, it entered in this supply zone. Then I'll move down to my 1 hour time frame. And what happened? After this, we'll see at this point it entered a supply zone. And and okay, so it entered in this supply zone at this point. So what is our nearest demand zone? This is our nearest demand zone. Lagging candles are good. Loud candle is also good. So if it gives closing below this, we can say that it's going to turn back. That was my thought process. So it came up to this level, then it went up again. So we have now this demand zone and this demand zone. I considered this one. If it gave closing below this, we'll start looking for our trade. So when it gave closing below this, at this point it gave closing below this. So our nearest supply zone where we can take trade is this. So I put my entry here and my stop loss here, and it came up to this level, then went down again. And after putting my orders here, then my order were executed at this point and my stop loss did not get triggered, so I ended up losing more than I should. I should have lost only 200 $100, but I lost around 222. So one thing that I'm gonna do is if I find two trades at a time, I'll not put orders for both of them. What I'll do is I'll look for the best opportunity and I'll place the order for that one, and I'm gonna put an alert for the other one. If I come across three trade setups, then I'll look for the best one and put my order there, and I'll look for the second best one to put my alert there. So that's how I'll do. I'll never put two orders at a time. So that is that. And why it failed, I already told you it came from weekly demand zone and then good daily demand zone. And the supply zone was also not good, and the trend was up. Although it broke one demand zone, it was not a good demand zone. So, and why this confirmation supply zone was also not good is that we can see good like in candle one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 base candles, and the lagout candle is around in the same range as you can see, like this one. And the other candle we cannot, even if we consider it as a lagout candle, it doesn't seem a good lagout candle. It has more than 60% of wick part. We need a candle with more body part. So neither our location was good, neither our trend was in our favor, neither our entry. supply zone was good, and still we took the trade. So that's how we ended up in loss. So now we will put it in our journal and we'll take a screenshot first. Japan 2 to 5 was a script. It was a short trade. Risk was 1%, although we lost 2%, so we'll mark 2%. Entry type confirmation, higher time frame daily. Method used for high time frame demand and supply zones. Entry time frame 1 hour. Method supply zone. Entry 19th. Exit date also the 19th. Profit and loss, we ended up in loss. Reason for taking the trade. Price was coming down and broke one demand zone on daily time frame. Retraced back to daily supply zone, broke demand zone on 1 hour time frame. We took entry on 1 hour time frame. Supply zone. Trade ended up in a loss. As we know, why we think it ended up in a loss. Price was going up from weekly slash daily demand zone. Price was not coming down from any good supply zone on higher time frame. Daily supply zone was not good for the entry. 1 hour supply zone was not up to the mark. Had many base candles, no good leg out candle was there. Still we took the trade. That's it. We'll add the screenshot. Trade 4, open, let it upload. Okay, it's uploaded now. We have entered everything. Everything seems fine. We'll submit it. Okay, now it's submitted. So yeah, that's it guys. We have taken two trades and which ended up in loss, and now we have journalized it and we'll see what happens. And here, as you can see, my position, I've reduced my risk from 1% to 0.25% because I lost two trades at a time. So as you can see, this trade is running. I'll let you know what happens in the next video. Until then, okay, bye, tata, like and subscribe. Thank you guys.